will be on the upcoming GST Council meeting on Friday. This meeting will be an important meeting to watch out for, not only because this is happening after a long gap of over 6 months, but this meeting is finally coming after India is reeling under the impact of the second wave of COVID-19 that has wreaked havoc on the Indian economy and also had an impact in terms of revenue collections as well, and which is why we're given to understand that the meeting is going to consider issues such as how to make up for the GST compensation shortfall, as well as GST rates on COVID relief material, as well as certain issues regarding the inverted duty structure on items such as textiles as well as footwear. Let me first begin by talking about the GST compensation shortfall. Given the fact that we are likely to see an impact on GST revenues not only in the month of May but also in June, after record collections were hit in the month of April at close to 1.41 lakh crore rupees, we're given to understand for the second year in a row we're likely to see a GST compensation shortfall, which means a gap between what we were expecting to collect and a gap between what has been collected so far, and which is why we're given to understand that for the second time in 2 years we will see the government making additional borrowings from the market to make up for the compensation kitty shortfall. In fact, about 1.58 lakh crore rupees will be borrowed from the market, and this will come up in the GST Council meeting on Friday. Besides that, we're given to understand that remember, various states, for example West Bengal, Punjab, had asked the central government to take a more compassionate approach and also look at either a nominal tax of 0.1% or a zero rated tax on all COVID relief material. But remember, the Fitment Committee has recommended continuing 5% GST rate on COVID vaccines. They have said that the GST paid ultimately gets accrued to the center or the state, given the fact that they are the ones that are procuring vaccines. The committee has also said that at this point of time one cannot identify any particular drug that is used for the cure of COVID-19 vaccine, and maybe this issue can be discussed later and only for a limited time frame. They have suggested that one can look at reducing the GST rate on items such as oxygen concentrators, medical oxygen, as well as pulse oximeter from 12% to 5%. However, no relief is likely to come in for items such as N95 masks, ventilators, and various other goods that are required for COVID-19 treatment. Having said that, needs to be seen how the center and the states are going to be on the negotiating table to provide the much needed relief for the common man. We're also given to understand that the GST Council, when they meet on Friday, will be discussing other issues such as the applicability of GST on extra neutral alcohol. This is going to be important for industries. Besides that, fixing the inverted duty structure for footwear as well as textiles as well. This is going to be important because we have seen that there is a big distortion between the input GST for items such as footwear as well as textiles, as well the GST on the finished product, and which is why the GST Fitment panel has recommended a 12% rate on footwear up to 1,000 rupees, as well as they have said that for textiles there is a need to keep the rate at 5% for natural fibers and 12% on man-made fibers and garments. So all these issues will be important to watch out for in the upcoming GST Council meeting.